Hello everyone, my name is Viet Alligators and welcome back to another video. Today, we will be talking about the best Warzone MP7 class setup. So without further ado, let's get this started. Now the MP7, it is a very close range gun, but in this, class setup, I'm going to show you how you can make it more of a mid to close range gun. Most of this class, of course, because the MP7 has a very fast ADS speed, most of this class takes it down, but gives you a lot more recoil control. So with that out of the way, let's get into the class setup. The first attachment you're going to want for this gun is going to be the compensator. Now the compensator, it slows down your ADS speed a little bit, but it also provides you with a little bit more recoil control, so it's just kind of there. It helps out a little bit, but it's not necessarily a necessity. Next is going to be the barrel, which is the FSS Recon. Now this provides you with recoil control and of course more bullet velocity, which means more range, and just all around, it makes the gun a lot better. This is absolutely a necessity for basically any MP7 class setup. Next is a little bit of a weird choice, but I like it. It is the APX5 holographic sight. Now, if I'm being honest, I love this sight. I use it on a lot of my guns because it's not like a red dot because it zooms in a little bit more, but it's not like a full-on scope. And it's just an in-between thing that helps to give people a medium range, but also can be really good at close range. Next is going to be the Merc foregrip. This attachment, of course, helps with recoil control, but at the cost of a slower ADS speed. This isn't like a rush type MP7, it's still extremely good at close range, but because of all the recoil control, it is really good at medium range as well. And this gun won't have the fastest ADS speed, but because the gun itself has a really fast one already, it is still above average. And the final attachment for this is going to be the rubberized grip tape, which helps us with, of course, recoil control. This attachment is basically like the compensator. It slows down ADS speed, or I believe it does, and it helps with recoil a little bit. Not really a necessity. You could easily put a perk on for this, but I find it to be more useful than that. Actually, I just looked at it now. It only takes down aiming stability, which makes this attachment really not make you lose anything. And of course, giving you more recoil control. So with the class setup out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. Now, if you're watching this gameplay, of course you notice it still has a tiny bit of recoil. It's not going to be a laser, but it is very, very manageable. This gun basically only has upwards recoil, so recoil control is absolutely a necessity to use this, and with all these attachments, it's still very good at medium to close range. The scope comes in handy for people who are further away than, point blank, and that is obviously helpful. And all around mobility, it's still very high. You can still run around with this gun, and of course, tactical sprinting, you can still put down the gun very fast. And all around, it is just a very fun and useful gun to use. And I know I did a SCAR setup last time I did one of these types of videos, and the SCAR is more for not point blank, but it still can kill people at point blank, obviously, but it's more for medium to long ranges, while the sniper is for way across the map. While this is still very good for medium to long range, it's a lot better for close range than the SCAR, and not as good as the SCAR at longer ranges. But of course, with all that recoil control, you won't really find yourself missing that many shots as long as you can manage it. And all in all, this gun is also pretty useful in core game modes like TDM and stuff like that, but I find it to be the most useful in, of course, Warzone and stuff like this, but I normally have a different setup for TDM. But that is going to do it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below anything you liked, and I will see you all next time.